Hey all, Kate here from the Emerald Minecart, and today we are doing another video where I talk about Youtooz, because at this point I have a bunch of videos on Youtooz, and I am very surprised on why they still don't want to reply to my emails about, doing a collab. Still waiting, Youtooz. Like, look, I may be a very small YouTuber, but, it would help both of us. It would help you because people would be interested in the figures, especially since, I obviously have some interesting characters. And, it would help me because it would give me a bigger audience, which would then help Youtooz because more of those audience would try and buy the Youtooz, which would then help me. And yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is it would be a system where it would help both of us. But anyways, to get back on the topic, I like Team Fortress 2. And sure, I don't really play it as much as I did back in 2017. I still like to play it occasionally here and there. And I happen to like the main 9 mercenaries. I specifically happen to like Soldier and Pyro. Soldier is who I main, and Pyro is who I play when I realize that I can't really aim that much. Also known as my last resort. And also, I just happen to like flamethrowers because of how the range damage, and mostly because, flamethrowers are awesome, because I'm pretty sure all of us can agree that a gun that shoots fire is awesome. But anyways, because I happen to like certain characters, I would want to be able to get merchandise of that character. And obviously, I'm not the only one out there who wishes to have merchandise of characters they like. It's pretty normal for people, especially people who are part of fan bases, to want to have merchandise of a certain character or a certain group of characters in general. Obviously, a company that can do that for you is Funko. They make a different bunch of products, and one of their products that most people know them for is Funko Pop, or Funko Pops. It's not really hard to know that they're famous for that, considering that it has their company name in the product. But yeah, obviously Funko Pops are these chibi-like vinyl figures that have these dead black eyes, big heads, and small bodies. So yeah, they're pretty simple, and obviously, unlike Youtooz, they're not really the extremist side on the high quality factor. I don't know what I just said, but yeah, what I'm trying to say is they're not really like the greatest, but they're not bad either. Like, they're pretty cheap, unlike Youtooz. But yeah, and obviously they have made some Team Fortress 2 ones, and I actually have them, which I actually have been able to complete the set, because I bought all 3 of them, which is the problem. They only made 3 of them. 3 out of the 9 main classes. And what were the ones they made? They made Heavy, Scout, and Medic, which I will give Youtooz some credit. At least they did 3 of the mercenaries that usually pop up when someone talks about Team Fortress 2. But here's the problem. Team Fortress 2 has more than Heavy, Scout, and the Medic. It's Heavy, Scout, the Medic, Soldier, Pyro, Sniper, Spy, Demoman, and the Engineer. It's not just Heavy, Scout, Medic, and the other 6 being variations of those 3. Like I mentioned, there are other classes that are all different and equally insane. Kinda. And again, my personal 2 favorites being Soldier and Pyro. So sadly, there are no Funko Pops of Soldier or Pyro. If you do happen to see them online, it's either fake or some sort of fan art. So yeah, and when I heard about that fact or discovered that they only made 3 out of the 9 classes, that kinda left a void-sized hole in my heart. Especially since, here's another thing to note. Funko could also have done like the robot versions of the mercenaries, both red and blue. And it doesn't just stop there either. They could have also done Miss Pauline, or the Administrator, or Saxton Hale, or Gary Mann, who is actually really important to Team Fortress 2's lore, or Bluchar, however you say his name. Like, they could have done so many of the other characters. Heck, they could have done like the Gen 1 they could have done the original Team Fortress mercenaries from Team Fortress Classic. They could have done those. But no, they only do 3 out of the 9 main mercenaries, and that's about it. And those were literally Funko's only Team Fortress 2 related products. Like, you may say, but Kate, aren't there these Team Fortress 2 mystery minis out there? Yeah, but that's not made by Funko. That's made by a different company. So, yeah. But, what now, you may think? Well, here is where things get a little different. Okay, so, in one of Youtooz's AMAs, they said that they were in the talks with working with Valve. Now, obviously, there's a chance that this won't fully happen, but there's also a chance it could happen. Which I'm really hoping it does happen, because honestly, Youtooz making Team Fortress 2 stuff would be amazing. Now, obviously, if they do work with Valve, they're not just going to do Team Fortress 2, they're going to do Half-Life, Portal, Left 4 Dead, CSGO, maybe Artifact if they really felt like it, but I doubt they would. But even if they did, I'm pretty sure they would just make, like, their advertisements would just be jokes about how much of a failure Artifact was. I'm just saying. But yeah, because we're mostly focusing on Team Fortress 2, obviously the first thing they would make are Youtoozes, because that's what they're most famous for. And they would obviously do them of the main 9 mercenaries. And obviously it would be part of a collection, and hopefully, if they do this, hopefully they don't make it only available for 3 days, because that would suck a lot, and I don't think the Team Fortress 2 fanbase would be that happy about it. Trust me, they really wouldn't. I could just imagine now the Team Fortress 2 Reddit having a mental breakdown over it. But yeah, besides that, like I mentioned, they wouldn't be able, like, they will also be able to do, like, the other characters. Miss Pauline, who should really be the 10th class. Saxton Hale, who should also probably be the 10th class. The Administrator. Like, literally anyone, any of the other characters who have either appeared in-game, in the animations that are official, and even in the comics, they can do those characters. And heck, again, like I mentioned, they could also do, like, the robot versions of the mercenaries as, like, maybe, like, some sort of chase version or something. I'm just saying, like, again, like, they could make so much money with doing, like, the red versions and the blue versions, because obviously, like, some people will want to have them in red, or some people would want to have them in blue. And then, here's another thing. Obviously, Team Fortress 2 is famous for memes. So that means we could get a Youtooz of Putis. We could get a Youtooz of Nope. Heck, why not stop, like, we can't just stop there. Why not go to the TF2 Freaks? We could have Penis Cupcake. We could have Vagineer. We could have Piss Cakehole. And yes, I am aware they probably would have to slightly change the names a bit because I don't think anyone at Valve is aware of the TF2 freaks. I don't think they are aware, especially Gabe Newell. I don't know if they are aware, but if they are, that'd be cool. But yeah, like, we could get merchandise of the TF2 freaks. Like, obviously, I think some sort of agreement would have to be made between Youtooz, Valve, and the people who made the TF2 freaks. But what I'm trying to say is we could possibly, like, if Valve does end up working with Youtooz, we could get Team Fortress 2 merch, specifically ones of like the the mercenaries, the other characters, the memes, and even the TF2 freaks, which would be awesome. I'm just saying. But also, here's the thing. Youtooz doesn't just make their vinyl figures. No. They also happen to make plushies, and pins, and slippers, and mugs, and the etc. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, Youtooz makes a bunch of things in the merch department that you normally wouldn't see for a character. And the plushies ones excites me the most because there's barely any Team Fortress 2 plushies out there. Well, I guess there is. It's mostly just Spy Crabs, Archimedes maybe, Pyro's Unicorn, which to be honest I kind of want to plush of that, and I guess the Mercenaries, but it's usually rare to find one, and usually there aren't any plushies of all of them. So the idea of having a soldier or pyro plush just makes me really happy. And in a continuation of that, like, Youtooz is doing like shoulder plushies, so the idea of being able to have shoulder plushies of the mercenaries are just awesome. And obviously, if they do make Team Fortress 2 shoulder plushies, they're obviously going to do Spy Crabs and Archimedes. And actually, now I think about it, a plush of the Abominomicon, that would be awesome. And oh crap, I'm so sorry, I just forgot, Marasmus. We could get merchandise of Marasmus, and this is where I have to talk about Youtooz for a little bit. The fact that they can like make merch of characters who barely have any merch is just awesome, because obviously I'm a fan of like some characters that barely have any merch, and the fact that Youtooz has the ability, like, if they can make merch of characters that don't usually have merch, it's just, oh man, it's just awesome. I love it when they do that. I really do. So yeah. And obviously with pins, like recently, or like somewhat recently, I've gotten a addiction with collecting pins because, I don't know, I just think they're neat. And obviously when like my after Christmas Amazon haul video comes out, you're going to notice that I've gotten some pin boards that I'm going to try to hang up somewhere. So yeah, and then slippers, that would be really interesting. If you're expecting me to say something out of context, I'm not, because I don't know, I just don't think I'd want to do that. And obviously mugs would be really interesting. Like, I imagine like one with soldier where it's like with soldier and engineer where like the top cover part is like their hat and you can take it off. I would like that. And then like one of the things they seem to be making are headbands. Like, I just imagine a headband that's like basically just technically a soldier hat or something, or like a headband that has like engineer's goggles or something. That would be awesome. Then blankets, I don't know how that would work. Also, then there are prints. To be honest, I've been meaning to collect prints, like especially one being like a FNAF 1 print Youtooz has planned. Let's see, what else? What else? Then there's also beanies. That'd be neat as well. Youtooz only has beanie, like these somewhat bland beanies. They don't have any themed ones. But yeah, besides that, if Youtooz and Valve do end up working together, that would be really cool. But the one problem is that I have heard that not Steam. Valve is somewhat hard to work with sometimes. Hence why their planned Team Fortress 2 Adult Swim series was cancelled, which I actually might make a video about that. But hopefully in this situation, Valve isn't hard to work with. Because, again, people have worked with Valve before on other projects, like crossover stuff, and it has worked, so there's that. But, yeah. Anyways, if, Youtooz and Valve do end up working together and end up making some Team Fortress 2 stuff, feel free to tell me what Team Fortress 2 related items you'd want to see from them. Or what other, like, Valve things you want to see from them, like Half-Life, or Portal, or Left 4 Dead, or CSGO, or the etc. Just feel free to tell me what you think it would be like. But, yeah, so, anyways, this video was mostly just made for fun because my brain happened to think about the fact that Funko has only made 3 out of the 9 mercenaries as Funko Pops and will probably never make the others. So yeah. So yeah, feel free to share your opinions on what would what would Youtooz make, and yeah. So anyways, that was it for this video. Make sure you all subscribe and like for more, and I'll see you all later. Peace out, home guards, and goodbye.